So see you, these people killed her daughter. Like as if that one wasn't enough, they now framed her for murdering a whole judge's family and for bribing a federal officer. Omo, do they want her to run mad?
What is the matter?
If she starts, she will scatter everywhere. Welcome to King of Boys, The Return of the King, a dark, suspense-filled political drama currently showing on Netflix. Hey guys, I already covered the first part, King of Boys, so I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see that first. Now, back to the main dish. The story still follows Alhaja Eniola Salami. 3 years after she vanished, she's back. Without enough evidence to put her in prison, she's finally free of all the charges and allowed back into Nigeria. And what's the first thing she does? Ogbeni, stop that. She didn't remove subsidy, Joe. Relax yourself. She announced that she is running for the Lagos State governorship election. Bam. The current governor? Well, let's call him female clothing, or what you like to call woman rapper, yes. So she's kind of doing Lagos a public service at this point. But here's the wahala. She had lost everything that mattered to her, and all she had left were some loyal bodyguards, and a day tiger being one of them. Her bank accounts were still frozen, her properties still seized, and she had to manage one tiny guest house like this that she owned. But you see, Eniola is good at pretending that she's fine, while in reality, she isn't though. She blames herself for her children's death. And what better way to punish herself than, get this, flogging herself with koboko dipped in hot water containing atagungu? Normal atarudu na. Now, here's where it gets sweet. Eniola wants redemption. She wants peace of mind. She wants to rebrand from King of Boys to Madam Governor, Mama Policy, Her Excellency. Yes, but guess who's not having it? Her inner demon. That savage, younger version of herself. All this mumu crying at her children's grave is making her younger self look weak. Her baby's like, Madam, forget peace. Make we scatter everywhere 2 seconds. But Eniola, she was dreaming big, even avoiding her old gang. Made they no go stay in her white. You don't understand? But seriously, the gang table she used to rule, another man, Bariba, has claimed the throne. And Oga wants her head. He was even killing off the old table members who were still loyal to her. Yeah. What is this one's problem with her, you may ask? Well, he just wanted her to hail him as the new king. Put the crown on his head, ring on his finger, all those kinika. But Oga Chemu, your hand looks like Thanos' hand already now. What do you need another ring for, Clearly, my man, you did not get the memo about what happened to Makanaki. The last man who tried this rubbish. Ask the man beside you, my guy. And as if that wasn't enough headache, there's this yeye investigative journalist, Dakbo Banjo, that won't stop sniffing around her matter. Apparently, while Eniola was on exile, she allegedly helped rig the presidential election in favor of the current president. And as per, rub my back, I rub your own for you. That's why her cases disappeared and why she's back. And Dagbo, well, he's obsessed with proving it. So obsessed, he lost his family chasing stories. Anyway, Mr. Dagbo, go forth and succeed, we hope. Now, Mama is focused with her campaign, and you know politics for Nigeria. If you don't get church endorsement, you just dey play. So, her campaign manager takes her to Father Mbaka. Reverend Ifeanyi, a man with a massive following. But small problem, this reverend know they do politics, so no matter how much you donate give in congregation. Mama even went one-on-one to convince him, but instead of endorsing her, the man started preaching to her heavy heart. Eniola nearly gave him one hot slap, but respect for the cloth held her back. Chai, them never embarrassed Mama like this before. I'm talking her entire life. To make matters worse, the last of the table elders loyal to her are crossing over to the ruling party, Bariba's side. And me and you know saying a small thing they vex Mama. Or maybe Reverend was right. She needed redemption badly, and she was turning a new leaf. So she decides to focus on her campaign, to bring it to the grassroots, as in market women level now. And she goes as far as eating with the market woman, showing them that after all, I was a part of you. But let's be this noise where I hear for. Oh, that's the governor's wife, Jumoke Rando, who was also in the market to campaign. This woman they find trouble. But you know what I would blame? The campaign manager. Because how does he not know that she would be here on the same day? Well, whose car does he think he wants to enter? But you see, Jumoke didn't come here to play. She outsmarted Eniola in different ways. First, turning Yaoloja as in the market leader to her side. That's Eniola's padio. Secondly, he tricked the Reverend into a lunch date and staged paparazzi outside, taking photos to make it look like he endorsed her husband. Wow, strategic wickedness. While that's trending, Dapo drops another bombshell headline on Eniola. Scandals everywhere. But do they think they can shake the shuku shaker? They are very much mistaken. But true, things weren't looking too well in the public front for Mama. Nobody's endorsing her, no donations, nothing at all. Hey, they want Yeye campaign staff. So just say make Mama go do fake marriage engagement. Mama said, go punish your mouth. Look, what is her name? Mama no need carry her go laundry. She washed this babe herself. However, truth was, it will only be a miracle if they even make it to the election day, the campaign manager says. Well, Mr. Fashina, don't worry. If Mama say she will handle it, she will handle it. Thank you very much. Good thing President Mumusa was in Lagos, cutting ribbons and commissioning projects. So, Eniola shows up disguised as a whole sultan just to see the president. But look, if you think say this woman no get runnings, let me shock you. She's the one that rigged this man into office. All the way from a different continent. Yes, I'm talking while she was in New York. But that was 3 years ago. And because re-election was now around the corner, my guy now remembered that he promised to drop all the cases against her and bring her back to Nigeria just to see if she can do her workings again. In thinks say Mama na Joseph. Is Mama angry? Of course she's angry. In fact, now she wants him to make her his party's candidate for the Lagos State governorship election, even though the party has one that has been parading himself since last year. But that's what you get for double-crossing Mama. And while you're at it, be a good boy and release her properties and unfreeze her accounts. Oshe, thanks and God bless our CDS president. Meanwhile, all this time, Odogu Male, the last elder still standing by Eniola, was catching serious heat from Odudu Bariba. We are talking full-blown threats, fetish juju packages, and even attacks on his family. And now, he has got Male's boys exactly where he wants them. But hold up, look who the grave spits out. Makanaki. This bros has been behind all of it all along. The movie doesn't bother explaining much, but apparently Male's biggest mistake was not burning Makanaki's body after killing him 3 years ago.
You must burn the body of a made soldier.
Whoa, so here we are. Makanaki is alive with bullet scars. But let's move on first. Now, you see these fine gentlemen? They used to be Makanaki's boys. Those ones who betrayed him for Odogu Male. So he shows them what a good decision that was, because now he has to use them for target practice. But while he was having his fun killing these backstabbing snakes, some young kids were in the front row watching everything go down. And before they could escape, Makanaki's men catches one of them. But let's leave bloodshed for a minute and move back to politics. Mama finally gets some good news. The candidate steps down for her. Why is he frowning like he would have won? Bros, I better relax, eh? Our mama is in a celebratory mood. But not for long. Who shows up to spoil it again? This Yeye Dabo. You again? This stubborn fly just won't rest. He questions her about her connection to the president, but Mama deflects like a pro defender. Too easy. Hey! Then the first lady sends her own journalist. Mama deflects again. But this time, she drags the governor and his wife by their frontal wigs through Balogun Market, throwing serious shades at them. Now, normally when your opponent is dragging you and using your eyes to see shaggy, isn't the smart thing to retreat and re-strategize? But Jumoke says, not me. She invites Eniola for lunch. To do what? Offer her money to step down. I'm sure you laughed at that joke too. First, Mama shows up on full Nigerian time. Of course, late as usual. And when she sees the amount Jumoke is even offering, she looks at her like, is this money for corn? Jumoke, wait, is this why you dragged my principal out? Oh, Omo Jumoke, oh liar shao. You get mind, but luckily for you, Mama is in a good mood. So, she laughs it off. But deep down, it shows one thing, they are scared of her. Of course they are. Now, let's take it back to Gangster HQ. Odogu Male just heard that Makanaki is the one deleting his men. But before we get into all that, can we just drive Jumoke a little more? Yeah. So you know how Jumoke is out here for me, big madam. Trying to intimidate Eniola like one small dragon. Turns out, she's just the little dragon. The agile dragon is at home. Her mother-in-law, Chief Mrs. Randall.
Oh, don't bother with that, Patrick. Madam won't be staying long.
This woman, so far, Jumoke has been flopping in her eyes because of this Eniola matter. And when Jumoke runs to her for help, Madam Randall says, okay, on your knees, beg me. And Jumoke really went down. Ha. At this point, I will be there and I am sat. Now here's their plan. You remember Areabi? Yes. Eniola's godfather that betrayed her. The same Agbaya that promised her political appointment, but instead teamed up with Makanaki to scatter her life, kill her daughter, and also frame her for murder. Ah, that guy. Are is currently chilling in his VIP prison apartment, the kind Bobrisky would approve of. Air conditioning, DSTV, and even suya delivery. Life soft though. Anyway, any enemy of Eniola is now his bestie. So, Chief Mrs. Randall sends Jumoke to him. And of course, he's ready to help. Why? Because if Mama becomes governor, all these prison privileges will vanish like network, and he doesn't want that. Meanwhile, Dapo. Turns out Dakbo has been getting anonymous tips from none other than Jumoke. This woman is basically spoon-feeding him all his tips. One of those tips sends him to Nuruddin Gober, the head of the NCCC crime unit, the same man in whose custody Mama escaped back then. And these two men, oh God. Welcome to the School of Moral Compass. They are your leading students, dedicated to justice. But Gober, he's tired. On the job, he lost his wife, his peace, everything. So, he's not answering that stupid questions about Eniola. See, leave me, young man. I want to rest. By now, let us agree that this Dakbo with his coconut head, he has to go. So, what do you think happens? A letter bomb. Straight to his office. But the plot thickens. It explodes in the cleaner's hands before Dakbo could arrive to it. Oh, Mama. You don't make person Mama don't we do now. Ha. Anyway, Mama was on her way to go corner Gober. Just to confirm whether he, snitched to Dakbo or not. And when Odogumale kept blowing up her phone like an insecure ex, she picks up, only out of pity. And Bros tells her, Mama, it be like say I mess up small with Makanaki. Small? You mean you resurrected the devil himself and handed him an AK? I beg wait your turn. She finally corners Gober. My guy swears on his dead wife's grave that he didn't open his mouth to Dakbo. Mama looks at him like, good boy. But here's the real shocker. Mama has been focusing on the wrong ops. Because guess who was moving like Judas with Dada? Adi Tiger, that guy. Yes, so Mr. Loyalty himself. It turns out, while Mama was chilling in exile, Ade was collecting side gigs. Mama's job, so he was killing people left, right, and center. And for Are of all people. And now, they are blackmailing him, holding his sins over his head. It seems today everybody's running mad, because tell me why Odogumale decided to surrender and join Odudu Bariba. This man really said, Eniola can't protect me anymore. Bro, you are built like a bouncer, and you're acting like a weak leg. A truce meeting is called, but of course Mama didn't show up. She sends Adi Tiger instead.
Good evening.
At this point, she was done with the nonsense. Since she had no allies left on the table, she agreed to hand over the crown to Odudu Bariba. So you want king? Fine, take it. Just secure the presidential chair for President Mumusa and give me my governor. After that, carry your wahala. Digo. Those were Mama's conditions. But before we enter one crown gist, Mama had a governorship debate to attend. And look who we have here, the Randalls, pretending to wish her luck in the forthcoming elections. But you know Eniola, she no fit say right back at you because that one would be a lie. And my mama doesn't lie. Jumoke tries to throw shade again. Younger Eniola inside her head was screaming, "Slam this woman's wig off her head, Joe." Mama almost did it too, but she composed. At least until Jumoke's husband walks out. Then that was when Mama decided to press play on Expose FM. She told Jumoke her whole backstory. Aduke Kenkelu Abi. You thought the street forgot. You and your mama running the streets like Uber drivers, servicing every male customer like a mechanic working a jet, and then relocating abroad with your proceeds. Now you're acting bougie. If you don't pipe down, Aduke, this street always remembers. Jumoke froze. One bossa for Eniola. Let's forget Jumoke. She's small compared to who truly wants to take out Eniola. And I don't mean from the ballot. Makanaki attacks her. A shootout begins, and Mama couldn't believe her eyes. Male truly scammed her. Ade, get out of here.
Get this car.
See explosion. But trust Eniola, she survived. And good thing they found the man who planted the bomb. But the bad thing was, it was all orchestrated by Ade Tiger. Sorry, Mama, please shift small. It was all orchestrated by a day tiger to frame Boxer. Eniola's second in command and shift suspicion away from himself. This was hard to believe, but the evidence that was planted against you, bros, it is really overwhelming, I'm sorry. In addition to that, young Eniola no one come out tongue from Mama ear. Killer. So, go figure. She killed Boxer. Mama finally gave in to the darker side. And we all know what that means. Blood was flow. Wake up, Joe. Here are some gifts for you. Yes. Eniola brought the tongue and eyes of the supposed spy to array in the prison. And after burning the body, she isn't stupid like Marley now, so she burns the body. But what is truly baffling is, she doesn't even know why Array hates her this much. But hold on, Mama, let's ask him for you. So, Ogare, why do you hate Mama, sir? Mike, over to you. His reason? Simple. He believes Mama started to overreach, wanted more power than he allowed, and even refusing to play her position. Any woman he couldn't control was a threat he had to take out. And right there, Mama had a choice. She could end him, but she said no. No, Mama, in there right there. I mean, it's too easy. Nowhere in one wrong go. And because she let him live, his mouth started running commentary like a football analyst. Baby. Well, since tonight wasn't his night, someone else had to take his place. Yup, Makanaki shows up for Odogumale, who's out here playing drafts and drinking beer at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. The time where you should be home with your wife and your kids. Nothing where anybody wanted me. This guy ordered his own death. Makanaki had already cleared all his men, except one certified mumu, who decided to announce his presence before shooting. My bro is sent to Jesus as an early sacrifice, giving Malay the time to run home. But the joke's on him. His whole household is already gone. Makanaki pops in just in time to reunite them in heavenly glory or hellfire. Who knows? And 50,000 bullets later, Malay is beheaded and burnt. No surprises left on Makanaki's watch. Anyway, let's check in with Jumoke. She's with Dakbo. And what's worse than one coconut head? 2 coconut heads. Yes. She pressures Adi Tiger into spilling tea off the record about Eniola. From the president's rigged election down to where she buried her bodies. Adi Tiger claims he's only snitching because Eniola wouldn't hesitate to kill and replace him if necessary. Now, sir, weren't you the same one that caused Boxer's death? I beg, don't gaslight us, please. Jumoke tells Dakbo to drop the article right before the election. Perfect timing to snatch voters from Eniola. Dakbo's only problem? He's starting to feel used. And not the kind of used every man wants from a woman. Bros, please zip her blouse and go and write that article. Thanks and God bless. Speaking of being used, Mama refuses to be played by the Reverend. After all her fat donations without an endorsement, she storms his church with a big file. Reverend thinks it's another offering. But when he opens it, Joe, he opens it and nearly faints.
I said, give me a moment, damn it!
It turns out Eniola dug up his deepest secrets. A girlfriend plus a child. Kana Reverend of the First Order. Unless he wants those delicate documents exposed, he will endorse Eniola to his congregation and later meet her in here. Go endorse care. My man anointed her in the presence of her enemies.
Eniola Salami.
But another problem was Dakbo just dropped the article. And the best part was, Sabi Mama already anticipated it. Eniola had his boss in her pocket. Dakbo's boss quickly jumps on live television to deny everything. He calls Dakbo a liar, says the governor's wife helped him forge the story, and even brings one of the governor's aides to back it up. And to spice the gist, he accuses Dakbo of smashing the governor's wife. For proof, he shows CCTV footage of them in a very suspicious position. Footage from that day Adi Tiger met with them. Mr. Governor, I hope everything's alright. My man is enraged. Almost hits Jumoke, but her mouth's no good. And he basically proves her point that he's weak when he stomps her. And his equally embarrassed aides stomp after him. I love you, Jumoke. You even have the mind to sleep and be stretching your hand. Look, just first go downstairs. Just go downstairs. Who is there? Chief Mrs. Randall. And while she knows all the truth, you still have to go. House girls, back at his job to add pepper to injury. Jumoke's husband distances himself from her on live television, thinking he can save his political career. I laugh in Odumeje. And not just how, Dakbo too is now a fugitive running from the government. And his estranged wife, he's plotting with them to catch him. As in, Judas not do past this one, child. But on Eniola's side, things are sweet. Results never even draw, but already she knows she's winning. Thanks to Odudu Bariba. Now all that's left is for Eniola to hand the throne to him. How do I tell this man? Oga, stand up, make mama sit down. You dey whine. He refused though. That was when mama called him by his birth-giving name, Samuel. And this other Oga won't buy market. Say make she mind her mouth. Eniola didn't waste any breath on him, sha. Next thing you know, guns are drawn. But Adi Tiger was doing that thing again, where it looks like he's pointing the gun at Mama when he's supposed to be pointing it at Odudu Bariba. Bros, point this gun well now. But there was no surprise or mistake this time. The gun was for her. It turns out Samuel had offered Ade a seat at the table. And Ade Tiger took the deal, of course. Mama now realizes she killed Boxer for nothing. And Ade had been the double agent all along. Mama still did talk. This other guy gets mind. Start the yarn rubbish. Tiba J. Mure. If I chop your nose, Mama said to him. This is truly the gathering of witches and wizards, and it won't be complete if Are doesn't sign his attendance. He sent his representative, Ade's handler, and through a phone call, he let Eniola know that he signed her death from prison. A genie from the bottle was talking. Well, Mama declares he won't leave to see the next day. Trust Mama. If I were him, I would take that particular threat serious. But my man ordered wine instead. Oyana, make a shokuna. Eniola had only come here to do the ritual to crown Samuel. But she already anticipated their betrayal, and Ade too was acting along. Oya, shoot them! The entire place was riddling with bullets and gunshots. Witches and wizards dying all around her, as Eniola now becomes one with her younger self as they proclaim themselves the king of boys. When the smoke dies down, Makanaki emerges. It turns out he had been working with Mama all along. And guess what? It was him she was going to crown the new king. Oh, Mama, you sabi this thing. See chess game now. She crowns Makanaki, puts the ring on his finger while Samuel is there swallowing saliva. They will rule Lagos together. Oga, remove that your dirty hand, bro. They will rule Lagos together. She from the top, Makanaki from the streets, and by now, Mama, Samuel is interrupting me. Thank you, Mama. Now, what was I saying? By now, election results had finally dropped. Eniola and the president win. Or can you believe that these party snakes are already planning to kill Eniola? At least the president possesses their plans, because we know if Eniola sends him to eternal glory, we'll have to deal with whoever the vice president is. Anyway, when she got home, it was about 3 a.m. And Lugo, Are's maid was still here. Okay now, Adi, you know what to do. Now, even though it was very early in the morning, a large crowd was already in her house to congratulate her. Even Mr. Reverend, well, that shall never end. Nope, she won't be shaking that hand. Oh, see, even Alhaja there. Success truly has many friends. Anyway, Mama leaves her with a proverb that makes her know that she is a snake in a green grass. In fact, Mama knows she was surrounded by them, but without all of them playing a part, either willingly or by force, she wouldn't be here now as Her Excellency. Say that again. That was when Mama dropped the iconic line, "Welcome to a new dispensation." And we all know everything wouldn't end if Are doesn't get what's coming to him. Oh, Mama, you are too bad. At the same time, too good. We don't deserve you. And I know I speak for everyone when I say, on your mandate we shall... Shades of Dara, Bolaji, Ima, Joel, roll call has started. All of you that wanted the sequel, if you are present, drop a comment before I report you to Eniola herself. And with that, we've reached the end of King of Boys, The Return of the King, directed by the brilliant Kem Adetiba and still streaming on Netflix. That's a wrap for today's video. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, like, subscribe, and until next time, on Worthy of Recap.